Goldilocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Enjoy this presentation of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show.
Hey everybody, it's Jimmy Mack coming to you live from the Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater area of Florida. Welcome to the Jimmy Mack Healing Show. We're glad everybody's here. We always have fun. We try and mix it up every week. We've been on for forever, of course, and we were at Tuesday, 12 noon. So you're definitely going to have to adjust your time frame on that. We're now at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday evening. So welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. The regular folks know, of course, but we're just letting everybody know in case you stumbled upon the show through Blog Talk or other means, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you might find us. We're glad everybody's here. Every week we want to bring you somebody different, of course, that does communication with spirit, astrology, numerology, all the different medium pieces that I love, of course, as well as healing. Through myself, and often we'll have other healers as well. So we're glad everybody's here, and welcome. A couple of quick announcements, of course. If you're not already on our TGI Wednesday, it's merely a weekly newsletter we put out once a week, and you want to email us at info@jimmymackhealing.com. It's free. There's a lot of good stuff on there, affirmations, videos, audios, a little bit of everything, pictures, funny humor, comics, you name it. It's in there, and everybody pretty much enjoys it. It's Mercury retrograde from HE double hockey sticks. In case everybody hasn't figured that part out yet, your laugh of the night was I went to look at my computer at 8 p.m. tonight, get ready for the show, and Microsoft did a forced shutdown on me, and it took almost an hour to get everything back up again. Still couldn't get Skype loaded, and Microsoft owns Skype, so find the humor in that, folks. So anyway, we're going to just race on through it like we always do. We like to take as many callers as we can. We like to give out messages as much as we can, of course, healings as well. This is part of our service. This is what we do. This is our benevolence. This is our life. This is live in our lives and what we do all the time, 24/7. It's not a hobby. This is the real deal. So when you do call into the show, we ask if you're looking for a healing. You certainly want to be hydrated. Figure out which way is due north. Hopefully you can stand. If you got a pendulum, that's great as well. Or you might be able to muscle test with your fingers. And I'll be glad to help you with that, any of those things. Primarily, if you haven't done it before, then you want to stand and face due north. Feet are about hip width apart. It's going to feel like somebody's pulling you forward for yes and pushing you backwards for no. And it's as simple as that. Also, when you do ask questions of our other co-hosts and guests for readings, we ask only, I think one of the greatest pet peeves of intuitives, and I used to do healings, of course, readings a long, long time ago, but one of our pet peeves is, I don't know, just read me. Just tell me what spirit has to say. It's like, no, narrow it down. If you really want a great message from an intuitive, ask them about your relationship struggle or what job you might get, job A, B, or C, or if you should move to Cincinnati or New York City. That will give you the most bang for the buck. So narrow down the scope of your question. And remember, it is a radio show, so you're going to want to go deeper with our guests, of course, and guest hosts here tonight. And tonight's guest is Reverend Joanne, of course, Psychic Leo. We love her. She's a regular on the show, and just so you know, she does do readings from the heart, and she's been in this decades and decades, of course. I've seen her do incredible things with, of course, the angel cards she's a whiz at numerology, at astrology, a little bit of everything. So her readings and her insight is very unique, and I think you're going to enjoy that here tonight. So we're happy she's here to join me on the show, and everybody else in backup as always for producer Reverend Tiffany. We love you too, and Sandy Bittinger and everybody that makes Jimmy Mack look like a hero. So welcome to the show, Joanne. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm good, honey. What's up with Mercury retrograde? Tell folks about that a little bit. Gosh, has it been a storm for you too, or what?
Well, there's 6 planets in retrograde besides Mercury. So, if we're not aware of any of the astrological things going on, life goes on. But with Mercury retrograde, it affects electronics. As you know, what you said about the computer or your phone. It'll be your cell phone, or it's going to be it could be your appliances. I just recommend people not to purchase a car or appliances or phones or anything electronic during the retrograde, and I'm not sure because I didn't check the date. Shame on me.
No, I'll never forget. It runs to my birthday, August 19th, baby doll.
Well, thank God. When my birthday comes 2 days later,
right,
I am going to be free.
Right. Excellent.
So it's to the 19th. Now there is that shadow period right afterwards too. So it's always about change, and it's always about retooling, and try not to get frustrated is the best thing I can say.
Right. No doubt. Well, we're glad you're here, honey. Tell folks how to get a hold of you. What's the best website, phone number, and email address?
Well, my website is Psychic Joanne with an E, Joanne Leo.com. And I have an email address of psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com. And they can always reach me because I work by appointment only, 727-743-3400. And like you said, Jimmy, I'm a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because I'm a psychic numerologist, so I do read the soul. And it pretty much nails what's going on right now because I usually look at their personal year, personal month, of what's going on with their questions. So when I do shows, I'm very different than just an average tarot card reader.
Yeah, no doubt, honey. We're glad. That's awesome. Well, we'll grab the first caller here. It's 818, Carolyn from California. How are you tonight, Carolyn?
I'm doing great. How are both of you doing?
Oh, good. Thank you. Other than retrograde, right? You have a question?
Yes. Yes. My question is, what are my unique strengths and gifts?
Oh, you've got the right girl, Carolyn. You have got the right girl. What's your birthday, hon?
August 22nd, 1949.
Oh, you're the day after me. We got Jimmy the 19th, I'm the 21st, and you're the 22nd. Well, that is a gift from God that you have there, too. So I was being born on the 22nd. Of course, it comes with a lot of responsibility, but if you're balanced and you follow the moral codes of life, it will take you to the moon, honey. You've got a great sense of humor. You're very smart. You're a quick study. You're too sensitive because you take things to heart. Am I correct?
Yes.
But you must always follow your gut feeling because it's in your name, okay? So that's your gut feeling. People call it mother's intuition. A lot of people say it's it's my gut feeling and that kind of thing. But you definitely have a lot of strengths. Do you paint, draw, sing, play an instrument? Because you do have that in your chart, this creativity number.
No, I don't do any of that yet.
Well, you know what? You just need to get outside of yourself and experiment. Because I see a lot of people that have the mark of the writer, or they're crafty people. They can they're good at crafts, or they like to sing, or I see a lot of hairstylists, a lot of that in their name as well too, because they create, they design, they put that out. But you should always follow your intuition. You always haven't had the easiest rodeo, but I will tell you that you're probably stronger than most people on the planet.
Okay.
One of your big lessons in this year has been the first 6 months is your patience has been tested. Is that right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm looking right at your year here. You've got some decisions to make, or some weighing out to do July, August, and September. So whatever is bugging you, or that you've got to make some decisions, get out a piece of paper. This is what I recommend to all my clients. Draw a line down the middle, make your pros and your cons so that you get out of your head. Okay?
Okay.
Because you'll make yourself crazy if you just try to figure it out in your head. You don't have it all, you might have more cons than you have pros. Does that make sense? I do feel that you're into a very positive cycle coming up in October, November, December, as far as either bonus, raise, or some investment that you need to reap the rewards on.
Okay.
So if you're playing the lotto, I guess that would be a good time too.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's your a lot of family stuff, or a lot of responsibility that you've got going on this year. There have been some family issues.
Yes.
And that's been on your last nerve, okay? That's where your patience has been affected. All in all, by the time you get into the fall, things are going to start leveling out for you.
Oh, that's good news.
Oh, I feel good about that, Carolyn.
Thank you, Reverend Joanne.
Yeah. Good talking to you, honey. We appreciate you calling in. Thanks so much for listening and tuning in tonight.
Well, I really enjoy the show.
Oh, good. Good. We're glad you do, honey.
Yes, thank you. I'll take my call.
Have a great night. Oh, you bet. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And folks, we do take calls at random. I have had people call me before or later and email me and just go sideways texting and voicemailing me, and they're like, "You didn't take my call." And it's just like, so we're out of, Joanne and I are out of the Tampa Bay area of Florida. Reverend Tiffany is the producer out of Connecticut, and Blog Talk's out of New York. So we take all the calls at random, and we're usually pretty jammed up. So just so everybody knows, hang in there. Also, if we do work on anybody tonight, just so you know, on eyes or thyroid or weight loss or job or whatever they got going on, just know that you can get a piece of that too. And a part of any message even Joanne gives, it might be a piece of inspiration for you. And certainly in the healing I do for anybody tonight, or that you even hear on the replay, would also work for you if you have the same illness, disease, or disorder. So keep that in mind. You're not just listening to a bunch of folks. There's really a lot more going on there. 415 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Ann from California.
Hi, Ann. How are you tonight?
Good. I'm glad I got on the random list.
Yeah, you did. Your reception's not that great, but what's your question, honey?
A career area, changing careers.
Okay.
So what's your birthday? I need your birthday.
Yeah.
So I can look at. Okay.
9/22.
Oh my God! Another
22. I heard that. Yeah, we're the power number.
Oh, it is a very big power number. It's a master number, so it's very powerful. But also with your name, Ann, you're a very strong individual and you're smart, and you've got that bounce back spirit, Ann, which is good. Let's see, you're in the same kind of boat that Carolyn was in, the exact same numbers, even though you got a different birthday, because we're dealing with the universal year here. I'm reading your soul, of what's going on, just a little piece of it, because when I do a regular chart, I do your full name, which is how you're registered in heaven. When I read the soul, your name on your birth certificate and your birth date is how you're registered in heaven. So it is chock full of all kinds of information. So when I look at what's going on with the universal year and what's going on with you right now, it's also too all about stability, family. This year is kind of the theme, relationships of all kinds. You too, like when we get into this July, August, September, it's about you making decisions. It's about thinking things through. And like I said to Carolyn as well, if you put it on a piece of paper, pros and cons, so that you can get out of the emotional drama that goes along with some of the stuff that we have to deal with. Also, too, there's something. Are you moving or redecorating your house or doing something different within your home?
Well, I've been clearing things out, ready to move, but that hasn't come yet. I'm preparing to move, and I wanted to find where the job is first. I don't want to move one place and get a job at another place.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's the next one I do. You're coming into some really good energy, October, November, and December, that I think it's really. And I think when we talk about clearing things out, remember when I said about decisions or weighing things out? It's going into that clearing of your space, and as you do that, you're opening up the energies for your good to come to you too. So that's good. Really good. You're in the perfect cycle to do that right now. You got through the end of September.
Oh, great.
So it's July, August, and September where this will really work in your favor on your soul level of you making those decisions of what. Have you had a lot of family stuff or relationship stuff going on this year?
Well, it's good. It's good family stuff. We're gonna September. We're having a big reunion, and
that's awesome.
because my dad is getting elderly, so it's a kind of a big thing to see him.
Very good. Well, that's
awesome.
So
appreciate you calling in, honey. Thank you so much.
Oh, are you doing any healing today, Jimmy?
We are, honey, but your connection's so bad that I'd like for you to call back if you're interested in that, okay?
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll try again. I'll call in again.
Okay, honey. Thank you. Bye for now. 516 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Candace. I'm calling from New York. Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, Candace, how are you tonight?
I'm not bad. How about yourself?
Good, thank you. You have a question for Joanne?
Can I ask a medical question?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll see what I get. We're the furthest thing from doctors, but go ahead. We don't even play them on TV, so go for it, baby.
Spell your name for me because I couldn't understand it, hon. What was it?
Candice.
And what's your birthday, Candace?
7/24.
Okay. I got all these 4 people today, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable how spirit works. Okay. So, let's see.
So today I was diagnosed. Sorry?
What's going on with your stomach or female organs?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yep.
Thank you.
And he gave me 3 different options. One is surgery, and I'm not really sure. It's caused me some problems.
I do feel like there's a surgical procedure, but I think it's going to be, is it non-invasive or less? I mean, it's not major, right?
Well, there are options, and that was really the question. I'm not really sure what to do about all this.
Okay, well, I definitely feel like there's a surgical procedure. I just don't know if it's laparoscopic or whatever. And like Jimmy said, we're not doctors, but I know that when I looked at your soul here, that it was definitely in the female area here, and I do feel like there's something diagnostic that has to do with some sort of surgical procedure. I do feel that you're going to be fine as a result of it. Let me just double check here. I feel it's necessary for you to make the decisions, and also too that I do feel that I got confirmation that it's a surgical procedure.
But not major, less invasive option.
That's
it's not going to go away by itself, huh?
No.
Just won't disappear?
No. I got to know. But that's up to Jimmy. That's Jimmy's daily.
I'm going, first off, you got to get that done. The major piece test week, the less invasive surgery test, absolutely positive. I would wait till they're saying about 3 weeks out. So you need to get past Mercury retrograde and everything else, to get that done. I don't mind when people finish stuff during retrograde, but if you can stall this thing out for about 3 weeks, I think that would be really good. Is that an option?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's good advice.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Because here's the thing, and I tell people this, and Joanne knows what I'm saying, is, anybody that listens to this show, and Joanne and myself, and Tiffany and Sandy and everybody involved, we try to be horses. We go, oh, my God, aren't we beautiful, and we feel great. We're running through the meadow, look at our pretty mane, and we're doing fantastic. And the rest of the world, it's pretty much cattle. They're standing under the tree. They're chewing their third cud from their third stomach, and they're pooping and peeping on their hooves, okay? And they're just, they're cattle, okay? And so my mentor and dear friend used to say, oh, Jimmy, you're so much more powerful than Mercury retrograde and astrology and whatever. It's like, yeah, I might be, but I'm telling you, the jails will fill up on full moons and retrograde, the hospitals fill up, the ER's jammed. And so you're dealing with a lot of folks that aren't going to be as elevated as you going into this procedure. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's what you have to almost guard against. So I want to slow them down. They're showing me Top Gun, and back in the days of the old Top Gun movie, they had the bigger aircraft, and the MiGs were faster. So they'd let the MiGs almost lock up on them and come up on them, and they'd almost slam the big airplane into park, and the MiG would fly right by, and then they'd lock on the enemy aircraft and take it down. So that's what they're showing me with you, which means we got to stall this thing out, almost cram it into park since we just found out things today, and really slow this thing down for about at least 3 weeks. 4 is even better. So does that make sense?
Yeah, I could definitely do that. Yep, I could absolutely do that. Now, is there a reason this happened? I feel like everything has a reason for, I remember Louise Hayes used to always say, that every part of the body, like, was there something I was going to work on?
Well, it will correspond with something. I love Louise Hay. It all corresponds with something. And, what I call the girly parts are all goddess energy and fertility and reproduction and starting anew. And there's endless pieces with all that. But I don't even get, this is on your mother's side, by the way. This has something to do bizarrely with your father's side of the family. So maybe his sisters or his mother or somebody had whatever you're going through right now. So that's the way it tests. So I'm not going to lay awake at night over what did I do wrong or didn't I say enough affirmations. It's just not the case. We need to get this done. Does that make sense?
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It sounds like great
You're
advice.
welcome. Yeah, and we would tell you a whole lot more off air, obviously, if you want to follow up. It's just info@jimmymackhealing.com. And you can reach out to Joanne and go deeper, of course, off the air. Make sense?
Right. Yeah, it does. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Glad you called in, honey.
Welcome.
Thank you. You bet. I love the name Candace, too. That was that's my aqua class, Aquafit instructor's name. We love Candace, so that's so sweet that she called in tonight. I love it. 940 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Tammy. I'm calling from Texas.
Hey, Tammy from Texas.
Tammy.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
Tammy, what's your
going on?
birthday, hon?
7/20.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need the rest?
Yeah, you could give it to me. That'd be great. I can look at a couple different things here.
7/20/63.
Okay.
And what's going on, honey?
Oh, I wanted to talk about my health and weight loss and perhaps get some healing there in that area.
Okay.
Just struggling with it.
Yeah, and I think you're going through a lot of up and down, in and out things emotionally this year. Is that correct?
Oh, it's like no other year ever.
Yeah, hello. I'm looking at yourself. Yeah, I know that. I think, be gentle with yourself, darling. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's the problem here. And, emotionally, what happens to you, Tammy, is that you put a lid on, or you don't like drama, so you push things aside and you internalize too much. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm learning to get it out.
Well, here's how I want you to really kind of practice, okay? I want you to learn to start talking in the I statements. It's very important for your soul growth here. In other words, when that happened, I was disappointed. When you said that, I was hurt. When you acted like that, I was embarrassed. When you say I, there's no battle here. It's when people start getting into dialogue and they go, you, well, you know what? That's war. So when you stand in your I, you represent Tammy. Do you understand?
I understand.
And they might say,
well,
I didn't know that bothered you or whatever. So when you stuff your feelings or you push them aside, it has it's almost like a pressure cooker. It starts out, the water's cold, and then it starts warming up, and the thing starts rocking after a while. Well, you can only take so much if you keep pushing things aside and not addressing it to speak up for yourself.
Right. Okay.
I know.
I'm guilty.
I know you don't like. Yeah. Well,
I'm guilty as you mentioned.
Well, guilty. You have to do something wrong. If you haven't committed murder, robbed a bank, hit a little old elderly person over the head, there's nothing to feel guilty about. I don't do guilt anymore.
Okay.
When I learned the lesson that you have to do something wrong. If somebody else is doing the deed, why would you feel guilty for what they're doing? It's not, you didn't do it.
Right.
So give it up.
One particular incident that's created havoc in the last 4 or 5 days is I felt responsible, and...
Listen, Tammy, I'm going to tell you something. Because if you give birth to somebody, or it's a relative that's in your life, or a relationship or whatever, they have to be accountable for their own actions. I am a big believer. Don't tell me you're responsible or you want to act responsibly if you're not accountable. Stop taking on other people's accountability when you didn't do nothing wrong.
I hear you. That was the issue, though, that I've been dealing with.
Well, hear me loud and clear. Give up the guilt.
Okay.
And you're going to find you'll lose weight easier, too.
I'm going to what?
You'll lose weight easier when you stop being so hard on yourself.
Okay.
Nothing's perfect here, so give it up, Tammy,
Okay, I hear you.
Nothing,
loud and clear.
Okay, good. God bless you, hon.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, honey. Yeah,
you
thanks
too.
for calling in. Appreciate it. Good to talk to you tonight. We'll help you any way we can. We're here every week, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, honey. Have a great night. Thank you. 727 is our next caller. Hi, Sarah's next. I think we know who that is.
Yeah, Mercury retrograde has hit my love life again.
Oh, my God. It's everything, huh?
Oh, well, and funny enough, I think the day it happened, I got all these weird lights on in my car, and then I didn't drive my car for a day, and the next time I got in, my weird lights in my car were gone. So it was kind of funny.
Wow.
But yeah, I kind of have 4 different options right now as far as upcoming dates, but I'm just kind of just surprised at the level of ghosting that comes from people that when you first meet them, they seem awesome. I don't know, it's just disappointing, but I'm trying to remain hopeful.
Well, Sarah, have I nailed them or have I nailed them?
Yeah, except the last one you said looked pretty good, and then he just completely ghosted me. So I don't know. It's weird.
Well, here's the drill. He could look pretty good though, but you can't make somebody be a stand-up person if they choose, their players. So.
Yeah, actions speak a lot louder than words, pretty much.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So what's your question?
I don't know. Like, is it coming? Am I still gonna really? Is it gonna take me all year to get? I just want a boyfriend. Like, I don't care if it's Mr. Forever. I just want someone to date for more than a month at a time. Ideally.
All right. I should know your birthday by heart, but what is it?
1/29/69.
Okay.
I have one of the yogis at the yoga studio. Y'all will laugh, and she goes, "Jimmy, I just want some practice boyfriends."
Oh no, I've had plenty of a few weeks of practice, and they're all good and fun for a little bit, but enough already. I counted them today. I'm up to about a good dozen. So I've met this year. I'm good.
All right.
At least you got a large selection. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I
am very fortunate in that respect.
Right. I just think that you stop focusing on just having a relationship. This is a year for you to just explore, have fun, and work through your changes that you need to work on. I really feel like once you get into January, that's when you're really going to find somebody. I think that's going to be more of a relationship year for you than this year. It's just been more like up, down, in, out. The revolving door, but remember, you're working on yourself too, Sarah.
Right.
So
I'm just trying to figure out how to stop wanting it so bad, because I understand, once you stop, chasing something, it finds you, but I don't know how to stop wanting that connection so bad.
Because you want validation, and the validation has to start with you when you love yourself, forgive yourself, and accept yourself. You know that drill, right?
Yeah, I have it in my desk drawer. I do it 1 million times a day. Okay.
You got to stand strong in your shoes, number one. And the affirmation really is I welcome the person in my life from my highest, my finest, and my best. So that you're not just frustrated with the revolving door.
Right.
Wouldn't you rather have quality than quantity?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, my point being that I feel that it's kind of like, first of all, you're too hard on yourself, so we know that already, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. You want what you want when we want it. It's like I want chocolate ice cream and I want it now.
Yeah. I call it the Veruca syndrome from Willy Wonka. Yeah.
And so I walk into the store and they go, "Sorry, we're all sold out of chocolate today." Well, then I'm going to have to make a different decision. But, just stick with your boundaries, stick with your non-negotiable list, have some fun, and relax, Junior. That's what I'm going to say. What do you say, Jim?
Yeah, I would enjoy it. There's times where we wind up with a lot of different folks, and then there's times where we might date that awesome person. I wouldn't be too hung up on however it plays out. It's like the more we force something, the harder it gets. So that's my basic thing. And what comes through from Spirit now more than ever is enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I love Rudy Hunter. He's a great healer out of New York, and he's been on my show, and he's a colleague, and he always says, "I love you, I love you, I love you." And that's a lot for a lot of people to take in. And Spirit always, lately, at least to me, is going, hey, we all need to enjoy each other that much more and have fun and go to dinners and movies, without going, where's this relationship going, or just beat them up.
Oh, no, I've had some really good meals, and I've done some stuff I wouldn't normally have done, and, I'm really grateful for that. It's just kind of just and then you got to meet somebody new, so. Yeah.
Right, but you're looking for end-all, be-all, and hurry up, and hurry up, and hurry up, and Spirit's like, hey, we got this, and you're going to go through these different patterns and these different people until you line up with this, awesome person. So
I
think if anything gives you a reference point for how great that next person's going to be.
Right.
That's
okay.
right. And another thing is you have a selection. I mean, sit with me for a week while I got these people running through on appointments, and they don't even have a one. You've got 4 that are candidates here.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Be grateful.
I've definitely gotten better and quicker at the not good for me and being able to be honest about it and be just I think I've done this before, I'm good, So
yeah.
I think that's why things are moving a little quicker than it used to.
Well, that, and don't even waste 1 minute if you're not even remotely interested. Don't waste your time or especially even their time. So
exactly.
Yeah, because it's not going to work. Boy, I know 90 seconds into talking to somebody,
Well, yes,
so.
Every question is a one-word answer, and the next question has to be a new topic. I'm out. I can't make you talk to me, dude. I'm pretty inquisitive, and if all I get is one word back, there was one guy I met, and it literally took me 6 questions to find out that he had one son that was 19 going to college in Georgia.
No.
Do you have kids? Yes. How many? 1. Boy or girl? Boy. How old? 19. Does he live locally? No. Where? It literally, that's how the conversation went. I was like, and I'm poking myself in the eyeballs right now. It was awful.
That feels more like a deposition than it would a conversation. So.
Well, I was trying to start conversation, be interesting, right? And I couldn't get there.
I like open-ended questions for relationships. So tell me, where did you always live in Florida? Or how open-ended, what's your goals, or how do you feel about this, that, or whatever? Open-ended so they can talk. If they have
I asked how'd you come to Florida, and he's like, well, I drove my car down. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even, I can't win. So yeah, but no, it's a good idea.
You just got to go next on that one, honey.
No, I totally did. Yeah. I totally did. I was like, it was nice meeting you, but I think I'm going to go. And then luckily, it was down at the beach and it thunderstormed, so the universe kind of saved me on that one. So it was all good.
Good. Outstanding. Well,
but that was about it, and I appreciate all the good advice and taking notes, and believe me, I'm listening.
Yeah.
So I got it.
Well, there you go.
And you left your notebook here.
I did. There was one I left on purpose, but all my other ones I think I have.
Yeah, well, it's a little notebook.
The little black one? That can go in the garbage.
Yeah, it's a little black one.
Yeah, that can go in the garbage.
Okay.
Thanks for calling, sweetie.
Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Have a great night, honey. Bye for now. 804 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening. My name is Vernell with a V, like in Victoria, and I'm calling from Virginia.
How are you tonight?
I'm fine.
Good. What's going on, honey? What's your question?
Okay. First of all, I was born May 8th, 1963, and for some strange reason, sometimes I feel like a real strong pain in my lower pelvis area and a tightness in my stomach, and I think it might be due to a hernia. But I'm overweight, and they won't really do anything. They won't operate while I'm overweight. So, is there a natural remedy that I could use to help reduce the hernia or the weight and the pain?
Joanne, you want to start?
Well, I definitely feel, have you gone for a female exam or had any kind of testing on your stomach?
Yeah, but it just revealed in the upper part of the stomach there's a hernia, and in the lower part, that one haven't been determined, but soon, I think in a few weeks, I'm supposed to be going for a checkup.
Okay, because I really feel like that it definitely needs a surgical procedure.
Uh-huh.
And that's Well, like I'm with Jimmy on this. I would wait till after the 19th for any surgical procedures, but they're going to have to do something to correct the problem. That's what I'm seeing.
Is it like maybe the fallopian tube area, or?
I feel that it's well, we're not doctors, but I can tell you by looking at your soul here that it's definitely in the stomach or the female area.
Mhm. Okay. I guess they'll run more tests.
Yeah, I would do that, honey. Here's the other thing I would look at is there's also an area, it's not widely known, but it's called psoas. It's Psoaz. I think it is psoas. I'm trying to spell it. Plenty of chiropractors that can make that move. They do a manipulation by hand. There's some very elevated massage therapists that have taken enough courses to be able to do psoas release. And that is a muscle is not only in your stomach but also attached to your back. So a lot of times they seem to misdiagnose a lot of things that all you really have is a tightened up psoas. Also for hiatal hernia, there's a move from the chiropractors to pull down on that and actually do a release on that, and that you might find some relief doing that as well. But I definitely would get checked out by the MDs and rule out all this stuff. And if you're overweight going in, then you know that too. Do you know what I mean? So everything you can do to really cut back, eat cleaner, exercise more, whatever you got to do to drop that weight. Weight makes a huge difference, especially in surgery and everything else. So I'd highly recommend you get as cleaned up as you possibly can before you enter into any surgery as well. And I definitely wait until after August 19th to do that because of the sun, the moon, and the stars right now, and the planet Mercury. It is a mess. So, makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, yes, it does.
Awesome. All right, honey.
And can I quickly ask a few questions? I know y'all have to get to all the people real fast. Can I please ask if I will learn how to drive and get my own car? And one of my cats seem to be wheezing. Do you know what's wrong with her? And if I can get something natural for her?
Well, I mean, it tests good to drive and get your own car. Wheezing, I would get the cat checked out. Definitely take the cat to the vet. It doesn't test sinus, nasal, it's upper respiratory, it isn't lungs, it's bronchial. So it may have something as weird as an asthma.
And not a heart problem, right?
No, I don't get heart. If I ask her, it isn't heart. It's more bronchial.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Okay, thank y'all so much for answering my question.
Thanks for calling in. You bet.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Bye for now, honey. So there's a whole bunch of folks still on the line. You want to press 1 if you want to ask a question and come on live. And you definitely want to do that so that we know you're there. So, Joanne, anything else to add? Anything come to mind? It has been cray-cray, hadn't it? The weather, the electronics, as you mentioned. I had almost an hour to get my computer back up, and it's Microsoft, all the latest Microsoft stuff. So thanks for the shutdown without permission, Microsoft, doing everything. It's unbelievable, isn't it? And I'll tell you another thing that's weird, as you know, is in our area, at least, traffic, people walking across the busy streets against the red hand. The magical international symbol of red hand, don't walk across the street, and they walk across the street anyway like they're, from Paris, and they're just uncertain, and they're in Florida, right? Never seen anything like it. Bicyclists, same way, just running the red lights, the stop signs, and it's more than usual. It isn't anything that we're complaining about. It's just to be aware. It's like, wow, it's a lot of almost busy going on, people huffing and puffing. You find that with your clients and everybody else too?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I think also it's a time to be vigilant. A lot of people, are distracted. It's like, don't text. Don't, if you don't have to be on the phone while you're driving, go back, before we had cell phones or whatever, you had to make a call, you had to go to a phone booth, or, you got to a place and you asked, may I use your phone? Now people there's nothing that's that important unless it's a medical emergency that you need to be on the phone. They say that when you're on the phone and you're driving, it's like almost being intoxicated.
Right. There's no doubt. That's so funny. There's just more of that than ever. I know that's for sure. So, gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, Joanne, as my father said at my wedding reception, let's wind this thing down. What do you think of that? Isn't that funny? You remember my dad, so you know what that was like. And he wanted to go. A football game was on. And I'll never forget it because FSU was playing Miami. And I turned to him, and it was a roaring party. Of course, a million people there and dancing and drinking and carrying on. He said, let's wind this thing down. You know, there's a game on. I said, Dad, we're not winding anything down, but you can go watch the football game all you want. Okay? So
that's right. Exactly. Yeah, I remember your dad well.
Oh, my gosh, we love him. Thanks for coming in tonight, Dad. Listen, Joanne, go ahead and tell folks. They're going to want to go deeper with you. They're going to want to schedule an appointment off air. We're doing some cursory fun stuff tonight, which we enjoy. This is what we just do for entertainment and love it and live it.
Right.
Tell folks
what
the website, the email address, the phone number, so they have it, honey.
Right, and I'll prelude with that. I'm very different than an average numerologist, or you go on a computer program and you go on a 5 or a 3. There's so many pieces to your name, which is your soul and your birthday. And so I will definitely be able to tell you your strengths, what you came here to work on, what's your karmic thing, what's going on today. If you'd like to look at my website, which is Psychic Joanne, and it's with an E, Joanne, Leo.com. My email address is psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com. And you can reach me by phone, because I work only by appointment, 727-743-3400.
Love it. Always fun. You and I mix it up. I enjoy it. I sure appreciate you being on the show live, honey, and always mixing it up, always bringing it. So thank you again for being here with us, okay?
Thank you for having me, Jimmy. We always have great synergy.
Absolutely. I love it. Thanks again. Folks, that's our show for tonight. Thanks for tuning in so late. We love you. We appreciate you. Reach out anytime. It's the best way to get a hold of me is info@jimmymackhealing.com. We will send you a bunch of free things out. There's audios and videos. There's PDF. There's ebooks. It's all free. And we'll help you in any way we can, contribute to you in any way we can. And tune in next week. Also, we'll have somebody else different on the show, and it's going to be just as much fun as we had tonight. So I want to wish everybody the rest of your life will be the best of your life. And remember to make progress every day. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.
If you want to experience moments of joy, excitement, and satisfaction, visit the Honda Summer Spectacular event, where well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% APR on the 2018 Honda Pilot, part of KBB.com's 2018 Best Overall Brand. You've just entered car buying bliss.
See dealer for financing details based on 2018 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for information.